Hi, it's Stuart Sutton. I did promise you the 10 most important secrets to getting your niche started faster. This one's at the top of the list for a reason. I think you'll see why when you spend the next couple of minutes paying attention to this very important factor in getting your niche started. Hi, Stuart Sutton, author of Niche Marketing Blueprint. I'm an active real estate broker and I do list homes every day just like you do. I'm totally focused on and intent on helping agents like you quit working weekends and long hours, start focusing on your family, spending more family time, earn all the money you want in any market condition. As a matter of fact, as I record this, we are in what we call a shifting market, and we are looking forward to seeing where it goes, adapting to it, and thriving in it. And because we have a niche, because we're specialists, experts, sellers will turn to us. They will contact us to help them. They're going to do the same for you. And it'll happen even faster if you pay attention to this first secret. Again, it's at the top of the list for a reason. I'm going to share it with you. You've probably been waiting, and here it is. The consumer must believe that they need your specialization, they need your expertise, that your skill set that's unique and above and beyond other agents is going to be of a benefit to them when they sell their property. It typically will fit unique properties better. Not always. You can certainly adapt it, but what I mean by unique properties is, well, let's just take a townhome or a condo. Well, it's unique compared to the single family subdivision home. A home on waterfront, unique compared to a single family subdivision home, etc., etc. So unique attributes to homes that require extra specialization, extra expertise, extra knowledge and experience are going to be more apt to be great niches. There are lots of them in the book, by the way. If you look at the book, there's a chapter that has lots and lots of suggestions. But the key again, does the consumer believe that you have a specialization that benefits them? Now here's what happens, and I've done this from experience. When I chose my niche, it's small acreage homes. And I found as I was selling these homes before I specialized that other agents really didn't quite have a handle on what needed to be done. So as I gained experience in that and decided, well, I'm going to specialize in this, I started asking sellers. So how do you find out if sellers believe that your specialization is needed? You ask them. It's an old marketing rule. The very best source of information is from your consumer, from the one you're going to serve. So when I asked them, I found out that they really had been disappointed in the past when they had dealt with agents who didn't really understand their property and what was needed and the unique aspects and nuances of it. So as I started down that path, I realized that they did feel that my expertise was a benefit to them. Now what happens is this: as you start marketing to people in your niche, they will consider you an expert. They'll contact you. Often you'll be the only one they contact. And if they like you, they'll hire you. And this is what I found out from going on listing appointments time and again and being the only one interviewed. So give an example, the last 10 appointments I've been on, and you've probably heard me say this before if you watched any of my videos, but I tend to break things down into easy blocks, like blocks of 10. I do that for sellers when they say, well, how fast do your home sales? I tell them, well, the last 10, here's what happened. And it makes it very easy for them to grasp and understand. That's easy to figure what are the percentages of 6 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 or whatever the case is. Out of the last 9 appointments I've been on in my niche, 9 out of 10, I was the only one they talked to. So here's their thought process. I know because I've asked them. And as you start learning marketing, start asking questions. That's huge to become an effective marketer. Find out what the consumer wants and needs and make it easy for them to get it. That's the oldest rule in marketing. So I would ask, and here's what I found out. They would call me, and only me, and their thought process was this: if I like this person, I'm going to hire them. If I don't, for some reason, click with them, or I don't think their information or guidance is really what I want or need, then I'll call somebody else. If they call you alone, you've got first shot. Now, some people are going to call multiple agents no matter what. It's just their personality. But because you're an expert, they tend to say, well, let's call this expert. If this expert gives us good information, then we'll go ahead with them. So that's why it's important for them to feel like your expertise is needed. And we have other videos on how you develop expertise, how you gain expertise, but you've got to be sure that they feel like it's needed. I'm going to give you a quick example. Many years ago, an agent of mine wanted to specialize and have a niche in homes with swimming pools. So we started down that path. And again, if you've been through the book or the course, you know that research is paramount to building a successful niche. A lot of upfront work, but it's smooth sailing once you have the niche in place. Research, numbers, data. She did all that. Started marketing, very good marketing, very effective marketing, but response was not good. And that's very unusual. I've put a lot of niches into place for agents and with agents, and response is usually pretty quick. It's an old myth that it takes a long time to get a farm or a niche up and running. With effective marketing, effective research, you should get response in short order. It didn't happen here, so we kind of went back and looked at the process, and it turns out that there was one major step skipped. Now, I have shortcut things before, I'm sure you have too, but this was not the one you should shortcut. And that's find out if the consumer believes that your expertise is needed. So what it turned out was that people who had homes with pools didn't really think they needed an expert. They didn't think they needed someone with special skills, because, I mean, what special skills do you need? I mean, in their mind, it was kind of like, hey, I've got a house and it's got a pool, so what? Other than a pool inspection, there's really nothing special that would be required in the way of knowledge or expertise or skill or experience or education. That particular niche didn't work. The consumer's thought process was, well, I have a house with a pool. You know, in a subdivision, there's houses with pools, houses on corners, houses on cul-de-sacs. Those aren't specialties where you need expertise. But maybe a townhome or condo where people don't really understand HOAs. People don't really understand the budgets behind those. There's a lot of factors involved. Maybe with waterfront and depth of water and where you can dock your boat and how much it costs to build a dock and things like that. A lot of different areas of experience and specialty that are needed. But home with a pool, not so much. It's really important to make sure that you know that the consumer needs your expertise, needs your specialization before you even go down that path. Once you have that in place, you know that your niche can be very successful. The reason I like niches, by the way, instead of farms, and farms are great, I actually work a farm as well, but the reason I like the niche better is because it's expandable. You can expand a niche and keep going beyond your own boundaries and bring on other agents to help in other areas, and you don't have to do any rebranding. Whereas with a farm, you're kind of limited geographically. With a niche, you can go into other areas. If a consumer believes that they need your expertise, that your specialization means something and benefits them, you're truly on the right track. Another way to find out is to ask agents. Now, sometimes agents in my own market don't really give me the full story. They don't really want the competition. Now, I know there's some I can trust, but if I want to get more opinions than just those, I might go to agents in other markets, which I have done on many occasions, and ask questions from them. I might also know people who own properties like I want to specialize in, even if it's in another market, and I'll ask them those questions. Hey, if you sold your home, what experience and expertise would be important? Would this be important? Would that be important? Things like that. All right? The consumer is who you always turn to. You can always get better information from consumers than you can from, and I'll just be blunt, from your broker, from the agent in the next office, from the top producer down the hall. The consumer is the best source of information that you can have, period, hands down. Because when they tell you what their needs are and you fulfill their needs, now you're on the right track. Bottom line is that if you do your research up front, you do your homework up front, you've got a far better chance of your niche getting off on the right foot. So the number one secret is make sure the consumer believes they need what you're offering. They need your expertise, that your specialization benefits them. I've said that over and over and over during this video, and no, I'm not going to say it one more time. If I can help in any way, of course, let me know. And the number one secret, keep it in mind, remember it as you decide which niche you're going to work. If you've already decided which niche you're going to work and you didn't follow this step, go back, retrace. It's okay. Retrace, adapt, and keep going. Let me know if I can help. In addition to the secrets that you really have to know to create a successful niche, you've got to overcome some myths. The myths in real estate, just like in other industries, don't have to hold you back. Go and watch that video to see how you too can overcome typical real estate myths. I hope to see you there.